What's up, everybody? It's your girl Amanda C here again, back for another installment of my paranormal experiences. Listen to me trying to sound all professional. So, anyways, guys, here's the deal. Today, I'd like to share a video about a ghost hunt that I went on when I was a teenager with my now husband, then boyfriend, and my cousin and his girlfriend. And so basically what happened was we went to the town of Steuben in New York, upstate New York, and we were searching in the Star Hill Cemetery. So to give you some history on actually what we were researching and what we were looking for, in the 60s or the 70s, I'm not exactly 100% sure which, there was a man by the name of Bernard Hatch who kidnapped and murdered a woman by the name of Mary Rose Turner. He drugged this woman behind his car up the length of Potato Hill Road, Latimer Road, and Star Hill Road. Now, as sick as that sounds, okay, when this woman come up missing, he was their go-to suspect. He was the first person that they actually suspected. They never even looked at anyone else because of his priors. He had priors for kidnapping and rape and things like that. So, and all of this is actually accurate. You can look it up, and there's a newspaper article and all of that stuff. So feel free to research, and if you learn anything new about it, hey, feel free to share it with me. I'm always up for learning new things. So that's the history. That's what we were looking for. We were either trying to contact Mary Rose or another nameless victim, because you never know. While he was in captivity, I shouldn't say captivity, he's not a damn zoo animal, but while he was incarcerated, which he's still incarcerated as far as I'm aware, he admitted to over 30 killings. He was like going for serial killer status here. So we were kind of going into it as young, dumb teenagers expecting to like contact some nameless woman that's buried out there that they've never found yet. Well, that was the intention going into it. And my cousin's girlfriend was a total skeptic. She didn't believe in diddly squat. So I kind of wanted to scare the shit out of her at the same time. I know that's so cruel, but I did. Not by being mean or like staging anything, but letting her experience it and just be like, okay, you're a skeptic. You're going into this skeptical. So if anything does happen, so on and so forth. So we get out there, we get to the cemetery, and, we get out of the car, and it's generally a creepy vibe because it's like twilight hour, And we're walking around the cemetery and nothing's really happening. And I forgot to mention, we had my mom's old like voice activated tape recorder with one of those like little mini tapes inside of it. That's what we had. And my friend's, well, she's my cousin's girlfriend, but my ex-friend, her mom's digital camera. So we go out there and we're like snapping pictures of random shit. We got some pictures of some orbs and stuff, but I'm not a real big orb enthusiast. Like, you don't know what they are. For all you know, it could be like a perfectly round breath, or something like that. We don't know what they are. So I don't really see them holding a whole lot of weight when it comes to the paranormal. We got some orbs and stuff like that, and a few, hey, or like weird noises, but that could have been, auditory hallucinations because nothing showed up on the tape recorder. We kept going back and replaying the tape recorder to see if we caught anything, and we got nothing the whole time we were there. Now bear that in mind, because me and my husband decided that we were going to take the tape recorder and go up the road a little bit and try to find Hatch's driveway, because obviously the trailer is not going to be there anymore, but we can hope, right? So we drove into the woods a little bit further because up where this is, past the cemetery, it's all a dirt road. Once you pull up to the cemetery, it's literally a dirt road. And I don't know if you can even get back in there anymore without a snowmobile, because all it is now is hunting cabins and snowmobile trails. So it's a seasonal road anyway. People used to live back there in the 60s and 70s, and I don't know if it's because of this murder that they ended up abandoning the area, but there's a lot of like abandoned cabins back in there and shit. So we go back a little ways and we find what looks like an overgrown, like unkempt gravel driveway. So we're like, oh, this has got to be it. We got all excited, like, oh, this has got to be it. So we pull the truck in, not into the driveway, but in front of the driveway. And we walk back a little ways and like do an EVP session. And there's just stupid questions. Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us? Nothing. We got not a damn thing. So I heard what I thought was somebody saying my name. I heard someone, like, I thought was yelling Mandy, which is my nickname that all my cousins call me. So I assumed it was my cousin yelling for me, like, hey, we got something, come here, whatever. So I'm like, let's head back. So we go out to the truck. We get in the truck, turn on the headlights, and we notice a fucking log, like a big ass log, in the roadway, like right in front of the truck. Now, I didn't hear no bulldozer. I did not hear a tree fall. I did not see someone dragging, like Herculesing a fucking log in front of the truck. Where did it come from? We actually couldn't move the damn thing. It was so heavy. We had to drive around it and drive over some saplings and stuff. So there ain't no way. We didn't back the truck in. We drove that shit in there. So we should have drove over it if it was there when we got there. That's the first thing that happened. So I kind of blew that off. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. We were kind of into our feelings right there, trying to get this ghost or whatever to talk to us. So maybe we just didn't hear that fall. Maybe it was a tree that got chopped in half and just wasn't because it was cut. You know what I mean? It was a cut log. So it could have rolled in front of the truck. Anything could have happened. So that's not really something that I counted to the paranormal, but that was the beginning of what happened. We get back to the cemetery. And I start talking to my cousin. What did you want? What did you get? And he's looking at me like I sprouted 2 extra heads. And I'm like, what? He goes, Mandy, I never said your name. I never said anything. I never said a word. I was talking to the spirits, trying to get them to talk to me like, hey, understand that, you're not alone. If you want to talk to us, blah, blah, like that, he said. And I'm looking at him. He wasn't lying to me. Now, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being serious. Like, I've known my cousin most of my life. Not all of it, but most of it. And he's kind of a shitty liar. So I knew he wasn't telling me bullshit. He was being serious about it. So I kind of just brushed it off like, okay, I'm going to ignore that because that wasn't something we got on film. We didn't get it on, and by film, I mean the camera. So we didn't get anything. So I got mad. I'm like, this is bullshit. Everybody talks about how haunted this place is. We ain't got damn nothing, right? And I'm smoking a cigarette. Standing there talking away. And then we hear, like, Tank, real lightly, though, right? Real light. Didn't see anything. Didn't hear anything except for the Tank. And then all of us, I was like, what the hell is that? And it just as that sentence come out of my lips, it was like somebody dumped a bucket of rocks from the trees on top of all of us, just like a hailstorm. But there were no rocks anywhere. We couldn't see them. We could feel them, hear them hitting the vehicles, but could not see them. There was no rocks on the ground. There was no dirt in my hair. There was nothing on any of us. So we jump in the vehicles. We're freaking out, right? Like trying to get the frig out of here. Truck won't start. Car won't start. Batteries are dead. Both of them. Batteries were dead. So luckily, my husband was a mechanic. He went to school for mechanics as a teenager. So he had a jump pack in the back of the truck. So we try that. Nothing. Try it on the car. Nothing. It took us a good 20 minutes to even get the battery to hold enough power, enough of a charge to actually get a jump off the damn jump box. So it took a minute for us to get out of there. But once we finally did, like my cousin's girlfriend was steady snapping pictures the whole time. The only thing that we ever caught was there was one picture where she took a picture of me and I was being stupid, like I had 2 cigarettes in my mouth and I was like, or something retarded like that. There was a white streak that was like snaking in front of my face. That was the only thing that we ever caught aside from the orbs and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my wonderful ghost hunt. And on the way out, we didn't get shit. So on the way out, we're getting ready to leave, and I got the window down a little bit, finishing my cigarette or whatever. And I'm just standing there talking, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there talking to my husband, and I'm like, this was retarded. I don't even know why we came out here. Like, everybody's so afraid to be out here, and it's like, it was just, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't, it could have been a branch, could have been anything, but something pulled the hair out of my head, like a chunk. My shit was bleeding, so it could have been a branch, I suppose, come in the window and whip the side of my head, but, in the side of my mind, I felt what felt like nails grab my shit. And then I got thinking about it and I was like, okay, maybe it was just your imagination, you know? So, but that was my very first and only ghost hunt I've ever been on. I'd like to go on another one, but, you know, none of my crazy ass teenage cousins are around anymore. We all grew up and had families and stuff, so none of us really do it anymore. But yeah, so there's that. And if you guys have ever experienced anything similar, or if you're from the area, or if you know anything more about the murder or anything like that, feel free to share in the comment section. But remember, guys, keep it respectful, please, because I keep my comments respectful. I try not to be a dick too often. And, you know, by too often, I can't say that I'm not always, you know, that I'm always not a dick, because there are people that do say things that kind of rub me wrong and I may respond in a childish manner. So I can't say that. But I will say, please try to keep it respectful, because nobody wants to listen to a dick. I mean, I don't. I know that. All right, guys, enjoy this lovely upstate New York weather we're having. This freaking shit sucks about as much as it can suck. Damn snowstorm. But hey, you snowmobilers would be out there buzzing around, so you know, come get your girl. I'm ready to go. Let's go for a ride. Let's go bar hopping or something. All right, guys. God bless. Have a good day and stay safe.